Good morning everyone, my name is Adelia Abdykerimova. Today I will talk about Syringe Helper Grip. It's a simple tool that helps people who have trouble giving themselves injections. A lot of people deal with shaky hands or weak grip, and this device makes injections much easier and safer for them. So today I'm going to cover 8 things. First, I will talk about how common this problem really is. Then we will look at the specific challenges people face every day. After that, I will show you my solution and how it works. We will also talk about the market, who this helps, and finally I'll show you the actual 3D model and the result. Let me start with some facts that really surprised me when I found them. Almost everyone's hands shake at least a little bit. Studies showed that 98.7% of older adults have some shaking in their hands. That's basically everyone. But here's what matters more. About 37% of older people shake enough that it affects their daily tasks. That's things like eating, writing, and definitely giving themselves shots. Hand shaking is actually the most common movement problem out there. It affects somewhere between half a percent to 5% of all people depending on which study you look at. Now add diabetes to this. 9.3% of all people in the world have diabetes. That's over 700 million people. And here's the really important part. 71% of older diabetic patients say their hands shake when their blood sugar drops. So shaky hands make it really hard to use small things like syringes, and that's a huge problem. So what does this actually look like in real life? Millions of people struggle with giving themselves shots every single day. When your hands are shaking, it's almost impossible to keep the needle steady. Arthritis and weak hands make it even worse. A lot of older people just can't grip a tiny syringe tight enough to feel safe. Diabetic patients have it especially hard. They need to inject themselves 4 or more times every day. That's 4 times a day. They have to deal with the stress and worry. And family members who help their loved ones also struggle. They need something reliable so they don't hurt the person they're trying to help. And there's wasted medicine when injections go wrong. When people can't inject properly, expensive medications get wasted. But more importantly, their health gets worse. What happens because of all of this? Fear, pain, and people skipping their medicine. When patients are scared or frustrated, they start skipping doses. It makes everything worse. So here's the solution. It's a syringe helper grip. It's a simple device that holds syringes steady during injections. Let me tell you the main features. First, it has a comfortable handle that holds regular medical syringes. Instead of trying to grip a tiny syringe, you hold a nice, easy to grip handle. Second, there is no batteries, no electronics, it's just a mechanical tool. Nothing to charge, nothing that can break electronically, nothing that can fail when you need it most. So third, it's light and easy to hold. We are not making the problem worse by adding heavy or bulky parts. And finally, it works at home or in a clinic. This isn't just for hospitals, and is for regular people at home dealing with their daily medicine. So let me explain how this actually works. So first, there is a holder. It fits the 3 most common syringe sizes, 1 milliliter, 5, and 10 milliliters. It covers everything from insulin shots to bigger doses, and you can swap syringes in and out quickly, and once it's in, it stays put, no wiggling around. The handle fits different hand sizes comfortably. It takes the pressure off your fingertips, and it has a textured surface so it won't slip even if your hands are sweaty or shaking. So how you use it? It's super simple. You click the syringe into the holder, then instead of gripping the tiny syringe, you just hold the handle. Because you have more surface to grip, you have way more control. That cuts down the shaking a lot, so the result is much smoother, much more accurate injections. Now let's talk about what makes this realistic to actually make and sell. So materials, we are using PLA or ABS plastic. That's a standard 3D printing stuff, and we can make prototypes fast and keep cost low. So the design is really simple, and no electronics, no moving parts. That means it's cheap to make and very reliable. So why this is a great? It's easy to use right away. It's cheap, about a few dollars. It's portable. You can just throw it in your bag and it's tough. There is no delicate electronics to break, and no maintenance. It just works whenever you need it. So who uses it? Obviously, anyone getting shots at home. There are tons of people on injectable medications. Hospitals can use it for patients who have trouble with their hands, and it's even good as a training tool for people learning to inject for the first time. So future improvements, we are thinking about adding soft padding for comfort, better anti-slip surfaces, maybe an adjustable design for even more syringe types. So here is the 3D model. It's 5.5 centimeters long and it's small enough to hold comfortably. It's 0.8 centimeters tall and it stays low so it doesn't get in the way. And the hole in the middle is about 1.4 centimeters that fits the standard syringe perfectly. So here is the 3D printed syringe helper grip with the 5 milliliter syringe, and this is how it looks in real life, and it's more comfortable to use a syringe with it than without it. The syringe helper grip is a simple but very practical solution to a common problem. Many people struggle with hand stability during injections, which can affect both safety and comfort. So this device improves control by providing an ergonomic and stable grip, making the injections easier for patients and caregivers. So it's a low cost, easy to manufacture, and accessible since it can be 3D printed. Overall, even though the design is simple, it has the potential to make meaningful differences in everyday healthcare by increasing confidence, accuracy, and safety during injections. So thank you for your time and attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions.